Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video where I do a list of my favorite books. I'm just going to talk about my favorite books, obviously, why I like them, what they're about. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the first book I'm going to be talking about is Throne of Glass. For those of you who don't know, it's a fantasy book about a young assassin, a notorious assassin, who was a slave in the salt mines for many years, who goes into a competition. He's summoned to a competition to win her freedom and become the king's designated assassin. And I really enjoyed this book. I read it in late 2021, and it's one of my favorite books, obviously. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Okay, so the second book I'm going to be talking about is Salt to the Sea by Ruta Sepetys. It is a historical fiction about refugees during World War II trying to get on a ship in the Baltic to escape the Red Army. And it follows a few refugees, and it also follows a young Nazi who works on the ship that they're trying to get to. It is a really good book. It's very sad also, and I definitely recommend checking trigger warnings before you read because it does touch on some really sensitive topics. But it has really beautiful writing, the characters are very interesting, and yeah, it's a really good historical fiction book. Okay, so the third book I'm going to be talking about is A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow. It's a young adult romance book about a girl from Miami who, after a series of traumatic events, she goes to England for the summer to kind of relax and rejuvenate, and when she's there, she meets a boy who decides to be her personal tour guide, and she loves baking, and it's a very sweet book with a very good message, and I really enjoyed it. After I finished it, I don't know how to describe it. I didn't want to read anything else because I loved it so much. And a companion novel is coming out soon, and when I saw that, I didn't even read the description. I just added it to my TBR right away. So yeah, I really recommend this book. The fourth book I'm going to be talking about is For the Wolf by Hannah Winton. It's a new adult fantasy book. It's a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood and Beauty and the Beast. It's about a princess who is a twin, who's part of an ancient curse. He has to go into the woods as a sacrifice for a mysterious character called the wolf. And he meets the wolf, and it's not as things seem. And it's a really interesting book. I really recommend it. There's a sequel called For the Throne. It's part of a duology. And both books also focus on her twin, and it's a really good book, and I really recommend it. The next book I'm going to talk about is The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid. The Diabolic is a young adult science fiction book about a girl, Nemesis. She's a diabolic, so basically she's a type of person bred just so she can be assigned to protect one person. And the person she's assigned to, her name is Cydonia, and they love each other very much. And when Cydonia's father, he messes up, and Cydonia is summoned to the Emperor, but Nemesis knows that if Cydonia goes, he will die, so Nemesis goes in Cydonia's place. And it's really interesting. There's lots of political intrigue, and I just finished it yesterday as of February 24th, and I really loved it. I rated it 5 stars, and yeah, I really recommend it. The last book I'm going to talk about today is Wilder Girls by Rory Power. I'm sorry that my copy is a little bit beat up. I love this book very much. Wilder Girls is a young adult horror novel about these girls who are at an all-girls boarding school on an island, but there's an illness that has kept them isolated. It's a virus that mutates their bodies. So obvious trigger warning for body horror, as it is a horror novel. I really love this book. It's very dark and creepy, and I've read it several times. It is one of my favorite books ever, and I love it very much. So thank you for watching the video. Bye!